On this week's episode of 2Gs in a Pod, George and I discuss Game 3 of the NBA Finals, Kyle Lowry getting bullied by a white supremacist, the Beehive straight up stinging a person out of Twitterverse, as well as other topics like blowing up cars, outsourcing of drugs to China that can cause cancer, and, most importantly, tip etiquette.
Hey.
Where'd that come from?
Yo, what? You know what time it is? George, you know the reason behind this, right?
Go, Georgie.
Go, Georgie.
It's
Go.
your birthday. Hey, you can hit it.
Yo, happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to Judge.
Happy birthday with Jizzy with the glizzy.
GS. Ain't no BS.
Oh, I like that. GS with no BS.
GS without the BS.
PS, no BS. Yo,
George, man, how old are you now? 38? 39? 40 years old?
Glock 45.
I get that by the gray hairs, bro. You're rolling in your 40s.
Yo, you shouldn't be talking about gray hairs no more, man, because you almost about to reach that club soon yourself. You can find me in the 45 club.
I'm there already, bro.
You can find me in the gray hair club. Bottle full of just for men.
For all of y'all interested, he's a 31-year-old bachelor. He's killing it right now.
Living in a bachelor.
Judge is from the year of the dragon because he got a dragon.
We don't. Oh, pa, pa, pa. Yo,
88.
listen. Once we improve on the sounds over here, I promise you, we will get the sound effects on deck over here so that we don't have to worry about playing this shit from the outsource. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, y'all.
We got way too much to cover tonight, but we're definitely gonna kill this shit. You know what I'm saying? I was looking forward to tonight. A lot of basketball going on, of course. You know, like we're actually nearing the very end of the NBA Finals.
I hope.
We're fresh out of Game 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boardman gets paid. Shout out Kawhi.
No, I gotta give a shout out to my 5 block Ibaka.
Ooh.
Ibaka.
Was that your player of the night for Game 3?
It was, because this guy was everywhere. He was flying right, left, block here, block
Bro,
there.
he was blocking people out of the NBA.
And there were 2 more shots he blocked. He got called for fouls, which were not fouls. He should have had 7 blocks last night, man.
You know who else they blocked out of the NBA? That freaking owner, the Warrior owner too. They blocked
Mr. Mark Stevens.
Yeah.
You're out of there.
$500,000,
$500,000 fine as well.
What is that? What is money to a billionaire? If he's a billionaire.
Still, that's a big chunk. Because if you think about the vacation, the cars, the house you could buy with that, it hurts you. It doesn't matter if you are a billionaire. It's still gonna hurt you. $500,000 fine, and he has an indefinite ban to be determined later how long that is. So for all of y'all that don't know what the fuck me and George are talking about,
they're about to find out.
Kyle Lowry last night jumped into the stands. Kyle Lowry of the Toronto Raptors jumped into the stands to save a ball, and he fell on, I think, the second or third row of people, and on his way up standing, a random guy who had a press pass going on, he pushed him out of nowhere, and Kyle Lowry was livid. He was begging at the refs to check the video, to review, to get him thrown out. He even pointed him out at a TV timeout the following play after that. And everyone was wondering, is this guy part of the press? Because he has a press pass going on. Who the fuck is this guy? It turns out he's a minority owner or investor with Joe Lacob, who's the majority owner of the Warriors. So he's a minority owner, and he got fined for that shove on Kyle Lowry $500,000 and an indefinite ban. And it's not the money that hurts, but it's the fact that he's banned from the NBA. So he cannot even go to games of a team he's investing in. He's definitely on the phones right now, either begging the NBA to let him back, or he's calling Joe Lacob, offering his little tiny a percentage ownership of the Warriors. So big ups to Adam Silver. There was a great announcement he made. It was a great media release. He said exactly what everyone was expecting, and he put it down on him, man. Indefinite ban and $500,000 fine. That was even a lot more than I thought was gonna happen.
Couple of things. First of all, our fans aren't that dumb to not know that Kyle Lowry plays for the Raptors.
Are you stupid? Are you dumb?
Yeah, no, they're neither, okay? Neither or, okay? Secondly, usually I be dissing people, but now I got my people's backs, you know what I mean? They know who Kyle Lowry is. Second of all, I see my man Kyle Lowry right after the game was with the homie Mr. Clean, what's his face? Hitman dude, Jay Bilas or whatever his name is, going off and talking about how he wants this guy banned for life. Like he don't want to see Donald. I was gonna say Donald Sterling.
Jay Bilas. I think you mean SVP, man. Don't you mean Scott Van Pelt?
The Baldy?
Yeah.
Baldy with a Scaldy?
Yeah, it's SVP.
Whatever dude's name is,
Jay
who works
Bilas.
for he works for ESPN.
Motherfucker, man. If you're going to talk about the mothership ESPN, you got to talk about it the right way, homie. Come on.
Yo, listen, I'm not the one who low-key works for ESPN over here.
I pledge that Disney allegiance in my blood. Look at the walls here, bro.
Yo,
Trust me, look at the walls.
George is the dude who don't shit about shit, but when it comes to sports, yo, he is the god. Okay, so
Sports and
Disney,
anything Marvel, bro.
and Marvel. I know.
Well, they own this. Like they are owned by Disney, so everything under the Disney umbrella.
George is heavily gonna invest in Disney when that shit come out, and
For
Netflix is
sure.
gonna be out. They're gonna be
It's
out just
canceled
like
at the Zahalan household.
it's gonna be out like Mark Stevens for real. But
Yeah.
I watched it, and you said he made some calls. I guarantee you, the first call he made was to Donald Sterling. He's like, "Yo, what do I do with these N words, man? What do I do with that with a hard R? You know, he said with a hard R." Like,
And man, it's funny because that shove was just unnecessary. He did
Oh!
not. He was honestly 2 or 3 people away. He was out of the play. I don't even think he fell on his wife or on anyone. The guy was just trying to act like a tough guy.
yeah, and his push was mad weak. Like, fam, do you even lift, bro? Do you lift?
But if you see Kyle Lowry, he's a fucking.
He's a
tank.
bulky dude. He's a bulky kid.
He is a tank. He's stocky, bro. If there's one player or one person in the world I think of when that word stocky comes up, it's Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, no, he definitely.
He's
got
like
that.
an anchor. He's a bulldozer, bro. He's nuts.
He's like you, but a couple inches taller. You know.
And he's definitely heavier and stronger. That's for sure.
Yeah, but like honestly though, I didn't catch it initially. Coke boys in the building.
I knew you were gonna call
Yo,
me out.
he when that happened initially, I didn't even catch it. I did see him, dive to save the ball before going out of bounds. I saw him almost killing a woman wearing all yellow, but that woman was stronger than a motherfucking hurricane.
Dude, he jumped into her. She absorbed that
Yo.
shit and was fine, man.
You know what
Damn.
she looked like? She looked like when you're
The woman damn was good, man.
it looked like what do you call those what is it? Is that a date, bro? Bro, I thought it was like some rape. No, that's not a date. That's a nasty ass raisin.
It's a grape, cuz.
Oh, it's a grape. I thought it was a date. Why does my date look like it's gone through the Holocaust?
Just eat your shit, man.
All right, fam. Whatever.
Grapes, cuz.
Good looking out, but this one looked like it's been done. Like look like someone ate it and put it back in. Yo, this guy's giving me used grapes off Kijiji.
Happy birthday, bro.
This is my birthday gift. In fact, no.
Do not edit this shit. Do not
Shout
edit
out to
it.
George and to his lovely wife. They came through in the clutch with like the illest little happy birthday to you with the little vegan cake. Yo, fam, I destroyed that while you went back up.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah,
because I don't see it down here
Yeah,
no more.
it's nowhere to be found.
I don't even live no more. Sometimes I hear dead looking on my front door.
Ah, yeah. Okay, so
I don't want to live no more.
Yo, this guy is just gonna. I think George's goal is to recite the whole "Ready to Die" album throughout our whole history of this. Podcast.
Ready to die. Tell God I said.
Bye.
Said hi.
Oh.
Come on.
No, I'm saying
Come
bye.
on, George.
No, I'm saying bye because I ain't going there. I'm coming back here.
Is that the grape that you put back?
No, I actually ate mine. I wasn't gonna bring it back. But, anyways, I honestly saw. So when I watched the replay of the push, right, the shove on Kyle Lowry, at first what I saw was a dude who was patting Kyle Lowry, saying, "Yo, you good," from another white man. But then when I saw the replay, I didn't even notice the shove because it came from so far away. I'm like, dude, this guy is not even in your way, fam. Like, what is wrong with you? There's clearly a lot of racial tension. I bet you this was like his moment that he was waiting for a long time. It could have been anybody. It could have been Ibaka, which I dare you to try that shit on Mufuzi Chef, B, because Mufuzi Chef would have fed you them testicles. I'm telling you right now, man.
Okay, so I have 2 observations for you. Observation A, Ibaka would have not taken that shit.
He would have wrecked him.
In game 1.
In his rectum.
In game 1, DeMarcus Cousins actually fell on him
On Surge?
on Ibaka, and if any of you don't believe me, there's a video online. He picks himself up, and he has DeMarcus Cousins on his fucking back. He stands up from being fell on like it's
While
nothing,
DeMarcus is on him.
and he is getting ready to erupt on a DMC, and DMC knows it. So he's patting him down. I'm sorry, man. My bad. And you just see the look in Ibaka. Ibaka, he has his back to him, and he has the look of death. He looks like Scorpion on this picture here.
With his eyes raging.
With the eyes are raging yellow.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to turn around. And in his eyes were saying, I'm going to turn around and fucking kill you. But he calmed himself down, and he tapped the hand, and then he took the hand and he threw it off of him, bro, like this. You could see when DMC is who's a badass, who's a badass, talking shit all the time. When he's apologizing profusely, that's how you know. Part 2 of my observations. This part owner, this was classic white supremacy. Subconsciously, I'll tell you right now.
Oh, wow.
Because he jumped into the crowd. He reacted so quickly, George. He reacted so quickly. He pushed right away like it was a humane instinct, like a racist instinct. And he pushed him because he said, I'm white, I'm part owner, you're black,
you work
and
for
a
me.
player.
Yeah.
B, you're on TV. This is probably the only time I can hit a black man that I've always wanted to do, and I won't get in trouble because TVs are watching you. And if you try to hurt me, tomorrow's broadcast is not going to be about me. It's going to be about you because you're black and a player, and I'm white and I'm a fan/owner. And I was super glad that Adam Silver, the commissioner, came out big time against that because even if you look at it, and if you watch ESPN and you watch all that stuff, everyone's afraid of, it was a racist push. But you can tell everyone wanted to say that. They all felt that, and that's what I felt. From watching it live happen, my immediate instinct was, this dude, he probably feels so, he feels so small in so many ways against all of these NBA players. Physically, biologically smaller. He doesn't. He just feels intimidated, and this was his time to shine. And he got up there, and he pushed Kyle right away. He didn't even let 1 second pass by, which to me tells you that's an innate instinct. It's a racist instinct, white supremacist instinct, and I was really glad that Kyle Lowry stayed calm, because best believe it, everything would have been about Kyle Lowry today, how he beat up or how he pushed back or he punched like an older guy who happened to be an older white guy. He stayed calm, he stayed resolved, and he handled it the right way. He handled it, in fact, the white way. He called the refs over.
The white way.
He called all the refs over. He called the coaches over, and he got this man thrown out. So props to Kyle Lowry for doing it the right way, the calm way, for not allowing his first instinct to kill actually come out. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if it would have happened to me, I would have not been as calm and mature as him. I would have probably pushed him right back and said, put your fucking hands off me. Take your hands off me right now.
I've never seen Lowry really escalate his emotions like that. So shout out to him to keeping poise.
Except against the refs.
Yeah. Oh, he was shit. He would literally take a dookie on the refs. But you know what? We gotta put that face on as our cover. But let's just be honest, man. You know the real reason why he was super angry? One of these NBA players was piping his wife, man. I'll tell you right now, somebody's piping his wife for sure. And I guarantee you that man piping his wife is J.R. Smith. And if this was happening last year, especially after J.R. Smith's controversy about, fucking up the whole last couple seconds of the, fourth quarter, I guarantee you that man would have ran on the court and shoved them even more. Not because of the fuck up, but because of him fucking his wife.
Man, I'm going to tell you right now.
Who's J.R. Smith?
I'm going to tell you right now, if Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, wants to push it even a step further, I would make this guy sell his part ownership the same way he pulled on Donald Sterling. How he made him sell
To the
his
Microsoft
team
man, yeah.
to a Balmer, and I'm pretty sure that that's gonna happen because you as an NBA like commissioner, when 90% of your players are black, when a lot of your fans are of like mixed races, whether it's us like us Arabs, whether it's Spanish, whether it's black, whether it's whatever it is, you cannot let a rich white guy push a black guy who's sweaty, who is like busting his ass on the court. He's working for these owners. He's working for them.
And at the biggest stage too.
The biggest. He's making this older white guy money. He's making him money because this guy, he will get a cut of all the profits, and any extended playoff run gets these owners a shit ton of money. That's why they love when their teams make deep runs, man. They don't give a shit about a luxury tax. They're getting double that back in profits just from the viewership and the ads, right? So as a boss move, I would love if Adam Silver made this guy sell or give up or forfeit his ownership.
Yo, I'm willing to bet my whole check-ins account that this guy is friends with Donald Sterling. I'm telling you right now. The first call he made was Sterling, and he went in. And I guarantee you he also called him as soon as that shove happened. He called him like he probably called him a derogatory term. I guarantee you, because Lowry himself said he shoved me and he said some vulgar things, which, yo, if that's what happened, like,
Most
fam, you know what I mean? So
mad props to Kyle, man.
I felt
He
like
really
a lot of things were happening in that game. You know, we going from that weird little racial tension, even though I don't like talking about the whole racial tension, but that real tension scuffle between Lowry and this idiot owner, minor owner or investor, to other little minor incidents happening courtside. Yo, I felt like more action was happening on the court side than on the court itself. You know, you had Hove in the building, Beyonce in the building, another owner in the building, the majority owner of the building with his wife, who most likely was getting piped by Hove too. Who knows? Becky with the good hair. So, how do you feel about what happened with that situation? Because that was happening prior to Lowry and the other idiot who got banned from the NBA. But so we got another situation going on in Oracle Arena where Joe Lacob is his name. Joe Lacob's wife, I think her name is Nicole. Yo, every NBA owner's wife's name is Nicole. You ever notice that? Yo, Sterling's Asian wife, I think her name was Nicole too. So she was caught talking to Hove with Beyonce right in the middle, and the footage shows Beyonce giving her like the bitchy resting face, or the bitch get the fuck up out of my face, you know. And then that led to the Beehive just swerving right through the fucking city,
Swarming at her. That's the word, brother.
at Nicole's whole entire life, and they went as far as making this girl cry her fucking eyes out and actually deactivating her social media accounts. How freaking dare you? What are your thoughts on that, man? Like, was it...
Man, I'm gonna tell you this, okay? Honestly, there's two like groups of fans that are ruthless and they need to chill the fuck out.
Ariana
The first
Grande.
one is Beyonce. No, even worse than hers. Beyonce is number one. Number two is Taylor Swift, bro. The Swift Army is nasty.
Ah, the flatbacks. Yes.
They are nasty as fuck. Okay, they're nasty.
The all-back team, yes.
Just like the Beehive, but the Beehive is something else, man. They were killing Jay-Z a few years back when that whole shit came out about him cheating and him doing all this shit against her. Look, I think honestly, at the end of the day, it's up to the person who is under attack to just say, fuck all of this. I don't care what kind of bullshit any of these people are doing. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to ignore these messages and I'm going to keep doing me.
Keep pushing.
Because just the fact that the girl got bullied, allowed herself to get bullied in a sense, accepted the bullying and got buried under the ground, and she abandoned her own like accounts because of that. This will justify all of these motherfucking Beehivers' actions, right? And it's going to exacerbate it in the future. It's going to make it worse for anyone else that tends to quote-unquote cross the Beehive.
I wonder what's it going to take for them to actually tame it down. Will it take for Beyonce herself to do something totally abnormal for them to be like, super shocked to the point where they just cross her back, or that cross her back, but abandon her? Or like, are they really there to the death? Like, no matter what, even if Beyonce is caught killing someone, are they still gonna be Team Beehive? Because I feel like these people they're insane in the fucking membrane, bro. I think they're mentally ill, man. When you go out of your way to make death threats, and hundreds of them, and go out of your way to even try to find this person's personal contact information, address, children's schools addresses, and then you go and post that shit, publicly online for the whole world to see. That's a reach, man. You don't need to go that far. Death threats and all that. I mean, everyone goes through death threats, but there's two things that happen. Either you got those ones who are really psycho, or you got the ones who are all talk, no walk, and they just say shit to say shit. Because the Taylor Swift fans, they went after Deezus and Mero. Because Deezus and Mero made a fucking funny-ass joke about how Taylor Swift got a long-ass back with no ass. She does have a long back with no ass. That's true. I mean, I got more booty than her. I'm just stating facts. And what they did was they went to social media and they posted screenshots from their Instagram DMs of people making death threats to Deezus and Mero. Now, granted, Deezus and Mero are two big time internet trolls / big clowns, and then you can't really compare two guys like that to a woman who's never been bullied.
Almost like us, but on a much a larger scale.
Yeah, absolutely. But eventually we'll surpass them because we're the fucking illest. I don't give a fuck. I'm the best. It's my birthday. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Bowling. But like this woman, Nicole Owner or whatever, she has never gone through this before. So for her, it was like a shock, right? It's a shock value. It's a shock factor for her. She's never had this happen to her. So I get it when it's the first time this ever occurs in your life where you get hundreds of death threats in a matter of like an hour and you don't know how to react to that. The only thing she did was she addressed it to like the media. I think she went to like a basketball media. I think her name was something Shelbourne or Ramona Shelbourne.
Yeah, ESPN.
She's the one who broke this down. And when I read those tweets from her and her quotes, I was like, yo, that's fucked up. But at the same time, there's two things you could do. Either A, which is what she did, cry and disable your shit, or B, shut it off and fucking go. You probably have all the security in the world anyways if ever someone wants to really escalate it and take it there. But who's really going to go out of their way to try something on you? You didn't even do anything. You literally didn't do shit. People who do death threats to someone who didn't even do anything negative except ask Jay-Z if he wanted a fucking vodka. She literally asked the guy if he wanted a lime in his vodka, and she was offering him and Beyonce drinks. And then Beyonce's facial expression said it all. That's what led to all these fucking weirdos on the internet turn nothing into something, If that camera never would have caught that, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. But if you're in her position, George, do you shut off your social media or not?
Definitely not, bro. Definitely not.
Or do you shut off your comments?
No, I'll tell you right now. I've talked a lot on this podcast about my hopes that like the social media age at some point is going to crash in the near future. The best thing for like Twitter and Instagram to do is to cut off bullies, man. Straight up. A person should be able to click a button when a comment is offensive or goes like past the line. They should click a fucking report button or some shit. It should go to a team. Like these assholes at Twitter, they should fucking sit there and go and hire a panel or a committee of people. Their full-time job is to sit and look over abusive comments.
Word.
And if any of these are abusive, you're banned. Your IP address is banned. So if you get banned from this account, you can't reopen another one. You gotta fucking go down the street to your fucking school library and open up an account there, because that's the only place that your IP is not gonna be banned. And it should link to all of your devices, your phones, all that shit banned. You cannot use that app. The problem is they're greedy as fuck. They want to keep making money. And they want to make money off people, but by doing that, they're allowing innocent bystanders to get mowed down by a machine gun of attackers, man.
Yo, they need to get Mark Stevens. That's what it is, bro. They need to get Mark Stevens.
They need to get the fuck out.
Yeah, for sure, man. But honestly, I think things just got escalated too fast. It's all gonna be. We're gonna put this behind us like really shortly. She's gonna move on. She's gonna live her life the way she normally lives her life. Making mad money. Doing good things. Her and her husband together. That was actually the first time I'd seen the Warriors owner. I thought the Warriors had multiple owners. Or I think that was the Sacramento Kings.
No, so they have two like big owners, with Joe Lacob being like
The
bigger.
majority, yeah. But yo, I feel like those were the things that overpowered the actual game itself. The whole Lowry thing and then the Beyonce thing. Like, that's the talk of the town. And then if it's not in Oracle Arena and when it's at the Air Canada Center, I'm calling it the ACC. I don't care what nobody says. It's all about fucking Drake. You see? I feel like all the attention is happening around the, like, outside of the court, bro. Like, we can't even focus on the game itself, even though I was super happy with the outcome of the game. And is there something going on with the Warriors? They say it can't seem to score more or less than 109 points. Yo, all 3 games they scored 109.
I didn't even pick that up. You serious?
Game 1, they lost 109, 118. Game 2, they won 109, 102 or whatever.
105.
105, 109.
104.
And then last night, they fucking lost 109, 123.
That's crazy.
So whether it's a win or a losing effort, they're always scoring 109,
That's
bro.
crazy, bro.
I would have liked
Man, I
106.
didn't realize that.
I would have liked 106 more, to be honest. 106 in Park in the building.
Yeah.
But yo, yeah, I don't want to stick too much into the basketball talk because I know we can get into this shit for days and days and beyond and beyond and beyond. I'm a little scared right now, man, because I just got the news that there's a lot of weird shit going on with these car dealerships, these car companies such as Kia and Hyundai. And there's a huge recall going on right now because these cars are potentially
Explain it, George. Somebody tell him.
There's a lot of cars that are exploding around town right now, and unfortunately, my car is one of those brands that are victimized by this shit.
Jesus, look at that pic right there.
So for the first time in a long time, we got facts in front of us. I mean, I don't even know if this is real
this is
fact.
a breakthrough. Man, George, with the editing, you got to cue the triumphant. Fact checkers.
Yeah, for real. Fact checkers alert over here. So, according to ConsumerAffairs.com, it says Hyundai and Kia recall 500,000 cars that could randomly catch fire.
Man, I got to say something about this motherfucking George, okay, here. The guy fucking owns Hyundai, and he doesn't even know how to pronounce the fucking name.
Why do you pronounce it like a Street Fighter? Hadouken! Like, why do you pronounce it like that? Hyundai!
I never heard a dude own a car, and he can't even pronounce the fucking name. But go on.
It's either... Yo, because I don't want that bad breath to stick out. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's Hyundai, cuz. That's it.
You sound like freaking...
Bro, I sound like E Honda from Street Fighter. I got this. I got this.
And I guarantee you, your chest is as hairy as his too.
No,
yeah, and
bro.
the 360 tomb,
No, cuz that's fucking Blanca, bro. That's what you're talking about. Blanca has the chest.
The green motherfucker?
Hair, man. The green motherfucker.
Yeah, but Sinta, I could definitely picture doing a 360 tombstone power driver, you know?
Ooh.
But anyways, Hyundai and
My
freaking
homie.
Kia. So according to the safety groups, they say that 2.9 million Hyundai and Kia cars
This motherfucker butchering his own car name.
are prone to exploding
car,
without
man.
warning. So what they're basically saying is these cars...
Explain the models, cuz. Explain the models. Man, George, I'm gonna tell you right now. If your ass is gonna be fact checking, you gotta tell the listeners which cars are inflicted here, man. You can't half-ass that shit. George, read that first paragraph right now.
If this website is factual, then I should be in the clear because my ass is driving an accent.
George.
And it says hold on, son. It says that
Fact
the
check it.
Hyundai Tucson from 2011 and 2013 models, the Kia Sportage. Am I saying that shit correctly?
Yes.
Stupid. Okay.
Yes.
All right. The 2011, 2012 Kia Sportage and the Kia Sedona 2015 to 2018 models. These are the cars in question who can potentially explode while you're driving in them, and then you can catch fire and die. But yo, this article is also saying something about the Hyundai and Kia declined to take the cars off the road. But the whole thing is the watchdogs. I don't know what watchdogs are, to be honest. Do you know what fucking watchdogs are? Watchdog seeks investigation, but the new recall comes at curious timing, shortly before Hyundai and Kia made their announcement on Friday. Yo, now mind you, this article dates back to freaking, I don't know if that's the month or the day, but we're gonna assume that was back in March. All right before Biggie died. It said
Back on March 9th.
Friday, the Center for Auto Safety on Wednesday sent a letter to Congress urging members to investigate.
Man, George is the worst fact checker / reader.
Bro,
George, but how the fuck did you graduate high school,
I'm gonna blame my cousin for sending me this goddamn article because now I'm being paranoid about shit because even though my specific model wasn't listed on there, bro, you know You know what's crazy? You call me OCD all the time, but you know how often I be thinking, yo, what if one day I just pop in my car, I just pull up in my car and I start driving and then boom, my shit just blows up out of nowhere and I'm driving that bitch.
Well, man, I got two explanations for you, George. A, because you're not a part of a fucking mafia movie, okay?
All right, fair
And
enough.
B,
Fair enough.
B, there ain't no way that your ass is that important that a mafia fucking guy would actually try and actually like whack you to send you going with the fishies and swimming with the fishies.
Bro, I'm not thinking about mafias, bro. This ain't Scarface. This ain't
Yeah,
The
but that's-
Godfather. This
okay,
ain't
but that's the way.
Sopranos. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about what if some bullshit like faulty mistake.
Fly pelican fly.
I'm not trying to. Well, I wouldn't mind, but at the same time, I don't want to fly to the pearly gates like that. Not just yet. All right, let me live first, man. All I'm saying is, what if something like this article would happen to me? Like, what if my car suddenly something faulty happens? Like the engine is fucked up. It's running back. I just got back from the garage, fam. Like I just paid 2 fucking bills in a bit. 2.5 bills. Does that make sense? $260 to get my goddamn what's it called? My back brakes. My back brakes? How do you say it? The brakes, bro.
The rear brakes.
Bro,
Fucking
I just
George
got
is
my
losing
rear,
his words
Yeah,
here.
it's because
George-
I'm tripping. My rear brakes just got fixed for $260 goddamn dollars, and this ain't the time for me to be tripping out right now. I just got my car fixed. I can't be worried about a car potentially blowing up in my face while I'm driving it. I don't care if it's happening while it's parked and I'm outside of it, but as long as it's not happening while my ass is in it.
Okay, so man, listen,
I don't want to die.
Man, I'm very curious. Okay, you OCD
Curious
motherfucker.
George, motherfucker.
Bro, I'm super curious. Okay, so if you're driving and your car catches on fire, tell me what the fuck you're gonna do. What are you gonna do, man? You're gonna be in so much panic.
Well,
Like, is your ass just gonna sit there and be so panicked, or are you somehow gonna jump out into the grass and do stop, drop, and roll? Like
Stop,
drop, settle down, open up shop.
oh, like
That's the rough ride roll. No.
literally roll.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Please
With my fair share of
do a play-by-play for me, bro. You gotta break it down right
with
now.
my
Let's go.
fair share of Grand Theft Auto gaming in the past, and my fair share of cars being, catching fire while I drive them. What do? Even if that motherfucker is driving at 100 miles an hour, I open that door and I flip out and I roll out. And that's it. I don't care if I'm on cement, if I'm on the concrete. I don't care if it's grass or if it's freaking if it's,
so
if
all
it's cotton
probability.
clouds or whatever. I don't care.
Okay, so all
I'm out.
probability.
I'm leaving.
So all probability in this case, chances are you actually get out of there alive, right?
Yeah.
And so why is your OCD ass even worrying about your Hyundai?
I don't care about the Hyundai. I'm caring about my goddamn well-being, B. Like, yo, do I look like I care about a car? Look what I'm driving. Look what you drive. Look what I drive. Clearly someone cares more about the cars than the other, goddammit. Pow, pow, pow. Yeah, shots, bitch.
So
Your car actually feels like is more likely to blow up. Yo, knock on wood, B. I don't want your shit to blow up, man. That GTR, is that what it is? GTR? That GTR is mucho
especially because I got my kid in that, bro. Come on.
No,
Anyways,
no. I'm not
listen.
thinking about your kid because the last thing I'm thinking about is your kid being in no way.
Yo,
fam.
bro,
No,
I'm gonna
no.
scorpion your ass. Okay, listen.
Get over here.
All of this shit, it comes back to outsourcing, okay? Because a lot of these manufacturers are not actually making their shit in their origin country or even here, even though they're being sold to consumers here. They're being outsourced to places like China, India, and all that shit. And all this is extremely reminiscent of about 3 or 4 months back when there was a recall on a very popular blood pressure drug that we dispense a lot at the pharmacy called Valsartan. Any of y'all out there that have parents on this, if you have not been informed yet by your pharmacy, that's a hella unprofessional job by them. So a lot of companies, a lot of the generic companies, they outsource the manufacturing of this to a company in China, and this and for some reason this company in China was either putting in on purpose or allowing a chemical called NDMA, which is a cancer-causing agent, inside of their batches of drugs.
Shit.
So a bunch of lot numbers. It was a Health Canada advisory. People were going ham. Patients were told to return it to the pharmacy for disposal. the pharmacies were being told to send them back to the manufacturer for reimbursement. There was a whole bunch of shit going on. And it's sad because people are not going to know if they get cancer down the line, if it happens to be because they were consuming this for days, weeks, months, years, until it got caught, right? And the problem here, man, is outsourcing. Outsourcing is really not healthy, man. It affects our economy because it takes jobs away from people here to actually do the job.
Because you're making other people from other countries do it.
Do it at a fraction of the cost. B, it's inhumane because of that fraction of the cost that I just talked about.
AKA China, but
China, India, all these sweatshops. C, it's dangerous because we can't quality control it as well. It should be mandated. If you're building cars, if you're building drugs, if you're building whatever it is, it's done on a home soil by the home soil, man. Straight up. Even if it's a foreign company, that's cool. Even if Hyundai pulls up in Canada and says we're going to open up a plant, no problem. But you're hiring Canadian workers to feed their Canadian families, and the only way to actually go about it is to have it here on Canadian soil and have it inspected all the time, right? Go through the same rigorous inspections that we as business owners have to go through as well, man. Straight up.
that's a huge fear to have. Like, that's a huge fear. You talking about all this, me talking about the car recalls and cars blowing up. I'm telling you, it's a fear of mine. Like, that's a legit fear. You may be laughing, talking about mafia this, mafioso that. Fam, I'm scared for my life here. Like, what if one day what if a tire like just fucking blows out? I know I'm relying on a mechanic to screw in and bolt in my tires every time I do a tire change, and he's a professional. But what if one day, you never know, man, something faulty could always happen. Look at these F1 racers, bro. Yo, these guys literally put their lives on the line every single time they do these professional NASCAR races. Bro, dudes have died before. Cars have, engines have blown out, have gone on fire. What's going on? Is that Kawhi?
A Toronto man actually rented this truck and drove it to San Francisco.
But why is that Kawhi on the thing?
Yeah, for the Aisha Curry.
Oh! You know what, George? I wanted to talk about fear, but let's do a pause on the fear because I want to talk to you about fear. But before I talk to you about fear, I feel like the more these Toronto people and Canadians do the most to get, to convince Kawhi to stay, the things that they're doing, though, all these shenanigans, I think it's going to make him want to leave even more, if anything. Y'all need to stop fucking bullshitting because Kawhi is not going to laugh. Okay? Kawhi is not going to laugh. Kawhi is not going to change for nobody. He's going to stay the same robotic, emotional dude for as long as he lives.
Man, honestly, I just saw like a report the other day that he bought a property in Toronto. I don't know if you read that, but I was hyped, man.
Okay,
I know it hasn't been confirmed.
George, your IG obsession. We're gonna pause that for a sec because I want to talk to you about something big. With the whole fear of cars blowing up and people potentially getting cancer because of all these NDMA stuff. Is NDMA right?
NDMA, yeah, man, you got it.
What are your biggest fears in life, man? Like legit fears, whether it's fear of heights, fear of bankruptcy, fear. It could be a physical thing. It could be an emotional thing and a mental thing. I want to know what George's fears are.
So my biggest fear, and I think we talked about this on like a mental health pod that we did a little bit, is like not having control. Like not having control of outcomes, like if God forbid anything were to happen to a loved one of mine, is there any way I could have done something to have control to avoid them actually getting in that spot? Is there anything I could do as a person to avoid causing any harm to myself or harm from me to myself to other loved ones? I don't know, but at the end of the day, that's my number one fear in life, not having control of outcomes, man.
So no financial fears, no fear of spiders, no fear of heights, no fear of getting crossed over on the court by me.
Okay, Jordan, that will never happen, bro, by the way. Maybe it happened one time, bro. Maybe it happened one time. And because I probably got lazy, but man, George knows I shut him down on D every single time.
Bro, I blocked your ass last week, man, a couple of times.
George, no, man, you ain't.
I mean, it was a soft tap, but I altered the shot.
It was a soft, smooth.
I still altered the fucking shot, which led to the shot not going in. So at the end of the day, I'll take it as a block. Okay, it's just like Ibaka got 5, 6,
What about
7,
you,
8.
bro? What about you and your fears, man?
Yo,
And it can't be everything because we all know you're fucking OCD, but it can't be everything. You gotta pick something.
I fear getting shot, man.
Oh yeah, by a gun?
Cause you,
Again, George, you're not an important mafia motherfucker. Ain't nobody shooting your ass.
how many innocent bystanders have gotten shot?
It's not Cali, bro. Honestly, we don't live in Compton here, man.
It doesn't have to be in
Come
Compton.
on, smarten up, homie.
It doesn't have to be in Compton. It could be in Canada too. Be like Toronto is known to have some very like less fortunate areas. You know what I mean? Like Rexdale and shit like that. You should know more than anything. You were there at one point, okay? And the last thing I want to do is go to a country like Mexico. Because I don't know if you've been hearing, I was told by a friend about how the cartels are suddenly the government are not getting in the cartels' way no more. So in Mexico, the cartels are basically going to take over, which means it's going to be more frightening for people like us in Canada or in America to go travel over there. So I don't even know if I want to go to Mexico no more. Honestly, I might have to recall that.
Well, man, like all this shit about what's happening down south in DR is scary, man. So
That's what I'm saying, and that's a fear. Because imagine, I'm not saying just here; it could be anywhere in the world.
on
I'm
resorts
walking-
even.
I'm
Don't
walk-
think if you go to
Yeah.
resorts, people that you're safe, man. There was a story about a woman. There's 2 stories that came out, man, very recently about 2 Dominican Republic resorts. The first one, like a woman was just going for a harmless walk to the bar. An older woman, her husband was at the room. The girl just wanted to pop out for a quick bite to grab food for them and come back real quick, and was jumped by a worker at the resort, and he attacked her, he beat her up, he choked her to the point of near death. He raped her, I presume from her telling of the story, even though there was no gory details. And then he tried to kill her, or he thought he killed her. He strangled her so hard, he threw her in a ditch to die, man. And it was near a janitor office, and the only thing from the guy she remembers seeing was that he had an outfit on from the resort, and even through like legal action, getting lawyers involved, doing all this shit, the resort did not take blame. They did not apologize. They did not pay anything. They did not reimburse her for the trip. They didn't do fuck all, man. And then another story came out of a couple that died in the DR. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't even fact check this. I didn't even read it because I didn't want to read it. I was already traumatized by the first one. So, man, all y'all traveling, even if you're going on resorts, there's not a lot of safety, man. Beware always.
And that's why I'm afraid of one day, like God forbid, but I'm afraid. I have a fear of getting shot. I'm afraid of getting shot one day because, bro, these people are
Bro,
ruthless. People are ruthless.
That's too much GTA for your ass, man.
Yes, but you.
I'm a bone.
See.
I'm telling you, right? I was gonna say I'm a bone your ass.
What?
So I'm a ban your ass.
Anytime one of these 2 Georges in his room or on the show, one gets serious, the other one always finds a way to make it not fucking serious. George talks about some shit, and then I want to crack jokes. I talk about a fear of getting shot. Yo, this ain't GTA. Yo, you're not important enough to have the mafia come after you. Yo, I feel like you're. I feel like this is. I feel.
Yo, for sure, yin and yang shit.
What if a mafia member hears this and he goes, "Oh, you think you a G now? Oh, okay, let me G check you with this Glocky." You know what I'm saying? Yo, Jizzy with the glizzy. You know what I'm saying? Bro, have you ever? Okay, let me ask you this: have you ever seen a gun before?
Yes.
That was not on a cop's hip.
Yes, and I've held one and I've shot one.
Who the fuck you trying to shoot? Who the fuck? Yo, Dingus Bingus. Who the fuck you trying to shoot, man?
Who the fuck is this?
No, seriously, what the fuck are you doing shooting gats?
Bro, this was on a trip to Lebanon, and I shot a couple of bullets into an empty field. That's it. And I said, fuck all this. I ain't doing this no more.
That's Lebanon, though. That's a normal day in Lebanon. When you just wake up with a burner, with a coffee on the side, with your ahwe, you know what I'm saying? Your Nescafe and a burner.
George, I got an even more serious question than our like greatest fears, okay? And man, this has been a serious issue for me lately. Okay? Bro, you have to tell me about this topic, okay? It's tipping etiquette, man. Tipping etiquette, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now. I spent this past weekend in MTL. There was a bachelor party for
Alex,
one of my best friend, Alex. Big ups to Alex, okay?
I remember.
And I was thinking, like, man, I'm about to leave this hotel room right now. Is there anything I gotta tip here? And then I started thinking, man, tip etiquette. Am I supposed to tip for this shit? And then my brain started going everywhere. All the people we tip. Just think about the tips we doing, bro. Just think about the tips we doing, okay? Our barber, tipping. Like, why are we tipping though? It's his job, right? It's not like I asked him for a shave on my face and he just threw in the haircut. I'm going for the haircut
The
and
actual
the shave.
service, yeah.
I'm going for the service, okay?
Word.
And then the food service, man. Man, I fucking went to Montreal for one day this weekend. And man, we tipped a lot. Drinks and food. But why are we fucking tipping? Again, that's their job, motherfucker. Same person who's cleaning the room, man. And then I just started saying, man, and honestly, me, I'm a generous tipper, you know? I flat out tip 20% every restaurant. Unless they did a shitty job, then I do 15%. And then if they did a really shitty job,
0,
terrible, I give them a 0. Man, I either strike out or I go out with a home run, a grand slam, you know?
Vladdy with the baddie.
I go Vladdy with the baddie, Shotty with the baddie. Okay, listen.
Yo, I love that jersey, by the way, man. Shout out to the Expos.
Expose.
Yeah.
Come back to us,
Expose these fucking tippers, though. You know what I mean?
I'm exposing the tippers. Okay, so I tip like crazy, man, everywhere I go. Even when we went to like at the top of our hotel bar, I ordered us shots. And it came out to like $42, and I pulled out like 3 20s, and I gave it to our server, and I was thinking like, why the fuck did I even tip him that? It's bullshit because, man, I just felt awkward asking him for a 5 or 10 back. So I said, keep it. And he's like, are you sure, man? You sure? I'm like, yeah, bro, it's all good. Don't worry about it. But then in my head, I'm like, no. It's not fucking all good, man. It's $18. I tipped you for giving me 6 shots on my fucking table, man, which was 2 steps away from your fucking bar. You're a bartender, man.
That's actually wild.
And you're walking around, and I'm, man, just thinking, man, all the money we throw away in tips, man. Tip etiquette, George. Tell me about your tip etiquette, please.
Bro, they don't call me Juju for nothing, B. They don't call me Juju for nothing, B. I don't give a fuck, man. I'm about to go and I'm about to Montreal expose myself. Yes, for all you motherfuckers who don't know, for the fans and the haters, yes, your boy George is a cheap motherfucker. All right, I've tipped, but the only tipping I want to be doing is tipping on fofos. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mike Jones, shout out to Slim Thugger, and shout out to even that white boy Paul Wall. You know what I mean? With the disco ball in my mouth. The only time I want to be tipping is when I'm bumping that song. I don't want to be tipping nobody else. When you go to a barbershop and you get the fade and you get the beard or whatever, it's true. It's not like he's going to go out here and add sprinkles like Salt Bae and add some fucking magic like fucking dust or whatever in your hair to make your hairline get all perfect. I would love for that to happen, to be honest. And I'm pretty sure they did that to LeBron. But I agree. Like the barber tip shouldn't be a thing. Restaurants, I think the reason why is because it depends on the kind of customer service that they provide. If they were nice, they were good. Now, granted, I know they're not the ones who actually cook the food for us. They're just the ones who deliver it to us.
But dude,
I expect the cooks, man.
Yeah, word. I expect them to serve me in a very good way, you know? And man, I'm tipping 20%, and man, it's like partly it's guilt and the other part is fucking etiquette. And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, what kind of motherfucking thing is etiquette? I don't give a fuck about etiquette, man. If I want to eat a plate with my hands, I do it with my hands. I don't give a fuck. I'm a barbarian like that. But when it comes to tipping, I feel pressured. I get nervous, man. My palms get sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.
There's literally vomit on your sweater with your spaghetti.
Yeah.
With the waiter's spaghetti.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, fuck, okay. And then, man, that screen pops up and it has the automatic 15, 20, 25. And some motherfucking machines have 30. Motherfucker.
It's going to keep going up, bro. It goes with a
motherfucker.
I'll tell you right now, George.
This is a motherfucker job.
It's a society thing, man. I'm telling you, the society is kicking in on this bitch.
Homie.
And is making us, like, it's peer pressure from society, man.
And, man, it's crazy because even when I went on our honeymoon to Dubai,
yeah,
and, like, we're tipping there, and everyone's impressed with the amount we're tipping. We're tipping 15, 20%. They're happy, and I straight up told the Filipino server, I'm like, man, everyone keeps laughing or smiling. And why is that? Like, well, because you're tipping so well. All of you dudes from Canada are the best tippers. You and the English from England. I said, word? And they're like, yeah, the worst are Americans. And then I pause myself. I'm like, well, hang on. Is that because I'm from Canada? What, I'm like a nicer person? No, man. It's this etiquette bullshit. Tipping etiquette in Canada is really high. It's really expensive to tip here. In America, the fucking like the debit machines say 5, 8, and 10% max.
Well, their taxes are already like at that point. That's why.
Dude,
our taxes is 15, right? I think.
Dude,
So you're basically tipping the tax, man.
it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But still, they fucking think it's no. And then in like at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm like, no, man. Like all of these Americans are not actually cheap. It's just in their country, they have a low standard of tipping. And I gotta say, hey,
Yo.
man, I back that shit up.
Yo, we gotta do a whole like episode on this because now this is the part where I love the most when George actually gets really indulged into some
I'm
shit.
fucking animated, bro. Because I tip like a motherfucker. And I'm tired of it.
And that's why we're gonna actually bring this one back. I should have cut you fucking short right off the bat because I didn't want to, because we already went ham on these topics tonight. But this tipping etiquette is definitely going to be on our to-do list for our next episode. Dude. You know what's crazy? We didn't even introduce the goddamn episode. This is 2G's in the pod, episode 24, episode Kobe Bryant, a.k.a. the greatest plumber of all time in the NBA.
Ooh.
I'm just playing, you know what I'm saying? Like, only Kobe fans can clown Kobe the way they want to clown him, you know what I'm saying? But episode 24, 2G's in the pod. Do you have any final thoughts or anything? You want these people to at least get your social so that they can go and follow you? Not your social security number, your social media shit, because I know you be popping on Instagram, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, please, I want everyone out there, back us up, rate, subscribe the pods. George, give them our follow on IG. What is it?
2G's podcast, man. It's
Yes,
simple
sir.
as that.
It's
2G's
super
podcast.
easy.
And it's 2GS, in case y'all motherfuckers, those are my initials, 2GS, you know what I'm saying? So for the smarties out there that know, it's 2, the number 2, dos minutos, you know, podcast. And then, yo, same thing with YouTube. 2G's in the pod. It's that easy. You know what I mean? We're still on a struggle level right now, but I'm telling you, our shit's gonna pop one day. Sometimes it might take a year. Sometimes it might take 2 years. It don't matter. Even the biggest of the podcasts, it took them a while for them to blow. But I'm telling you right now, I'm confident enough to know that we're gonna make it too. Okay, we gon' make it. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. Shout out to that Vladdy Guerrero jersey. I don't know if that's the father or the son. No,
It's the dad, the pops.
how you feeling about his son though? Like, is he like the next big thing right now in the Blue Jays game or some shit?
You know what? He is doing all right. He's either gonna home run the ball or he's gonna strike
Or he
out.
gets
Bro.
like
That's his problem.
Oh, okay. So it's like a very hit or miss with him, literally.
This guy is gunning for it each time. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, he's big too, right? He's like a Kyle Lowry, but like
No. He is not as tall as his dad. He doesn't have the same kind of like lankiness or reach.
Or
And he's not in shape like his dad was. This guy is, I'm sorry to say, I don't want to fat shame nobody, but this dude is fat. If you want to play MLB, and dude, you're 20 years old or 21 years old,
you're out of shape.
that's your prime. Cause imagine when you're 30, 40, and you're playing baseball. What are you gonna do, man? At this rate, you're not gonna even play till you're 30, man. You really gotta get in shape. You gotta get your ass in gear, exercise, get lean, mean, especially if you're playing third base. So this guy Vladdy, people are high on him because he can play a bunch of positions. But dude,
You gotta be mean, lean,
get
and like,
your shit mean and lean, please.
you gotta be lean, mean, and bang like Mike Breen, bitch.
Bang.
Yeah. So on that note, man, we're about to end this show. 2G's in the pod. The marathon continues.
Bowling.
Rest in peace to the homie Nipsey Hussle. Big fan. I don't know if you're still bumping his music, but I hope you still do it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But we'll be back bigger than ever as always. Till the next time. Peace out.
On to the neck.